Gary. Good victory that, but a strange match in some ways, in that first half mirrored a little bit the second half, where Hunslet sort of controlled the game, but then had a period where back-to-back penalties really put under the pressure.
I thought we managed the game really well as a whole, but we keep having these periods, don't we? These 10-minute periods where we give a lot of penalties away and put ourselves under pressure. That's bound to be the case against a Newcastle team with the money that they've invested in their personnel. You know, they've got some. You know, they spent quite a lot of money this year trying to strengthen the squad. So you're always going to be a little bit under the pump against a team like this, who have been going pretty well at home. And I think it's just a case of riding the storm when you're in that pressure situation and trying to come through it in a positive manner, and we did. But yeah, we need to be a little bit better and not allow teams to get into the game and really put on again an 80-minute performance, which we had to do. And we were under pressure. So I think the second half more than the first half. I thought the first half we were pretty good, and I was pleased with that. But they had that period when they got back to 8 points, and we looked to be creaking a little bit. And thought it might have been deja vu, but thankfully the lads stuck at the task. And once we got a bit of field position and a little bit of possession, we went on and won the game comfortably in the end. And hey, it could have been a lot more than that. We bombed at least three clear-cut chances in the first half, and another 2 clear-cut chances in the second half. You know, we've bombed 30 points there.
It's almost as though they could have come back to haunt us. And the first half was again a controlled half, but you made breaks and you made gaps went through gaps in the Newcastle defence. But you didn't really put enough points on that you felt comfortable, even though there was a big fat zero in defence. And certainly I don't think you fed the players with red meat or anything this week, but they looked determined today not to concede. Yeah,
that's right. We needed a reaction, didn't we? We all you know, we've copped a bit of criticism, and we've not been good for 3 games. We know that. Collectively, as coaching staff and as players, we've got to be honest and know that we haven't been in a good place these last 3 weeks, and you know, we've got to get out of that. And I saw a different Hunslet side today. I saw a team that wanted to work hard for each other, a team that wanted to defend well for each other. And yeah, like I said, I think we bombed 3 clear-cut chances in that first half. You know, Robbo goes through and kicks the ball, and a couple of chances that we create 2-on-1 and we don't quite execute and we knock on. But in terms of attitude, I think today we were great in every department, and I can't fault the players. Like I said, we were in a rut. We've come back off 3 poor defeats. We were in a rut, and we needed to get out of it. And that, for me, is a perfect way of getting out of a rut in form.
You've stated before that you don't particularly like dual registration, but the new blood that came in today just gave you something different.
Yeah.
And maybe a little better execution, and just maybe a little bit more belief.
That's right, yeah. And listen, I'll use the dual reg when I think it's necessary. I'm not here to make easy decisions. I'm here to make the right decisions, and it felt like the right thing. I mean, Dale Bloomfield pulled out with injury anyway, so bringing Saltonstall in was just a natural thing to do, because it's a like-for-like position. I know James really well from the time that we spent at York together, and I also know he's an absolutely quality championship winger, and I knew what he'd bring to the table, so it was a no-brainer. You know, Woodburn got made available, and similar. You know, I know how good James Woodburn can be, and they're both quality championship players, and that's what you've got to look at. It's not so much using the system; it's looking at the players that are available and whether they think they're going to make your team any better or any stronger. And for me, on both those 2 players, I thought that was the right call for today. And thankfully, and luckily, or whatever, it's paid off. And I'd like to thank Simon Griggs at Halifax for allowing those players to come and play, but I'll also like to thank those players for coming and contributing and playing for Hunslet today, which they clearly have.
They didn't have the baggage probably of the 3 defeats either, so they can bring that freshness to the side where they've got nothing to lose really, have they? And they can just give everybody just that lift that they needed. And certainly overall the 80 minutes was a much better performance and a much more clinical performance.
Yeah, and we have to look at our own players for that as well. I thought Nathan Chappell was outstanding today. He's picked up he's had a bit of a slump in his own personal form, and I thought he was terrific today. But also, let's look at Kane and Reece. You know, Danny Nico missed out because of a shoulder injury, and Reece was away last week, so we're available. And so, but we brought Kane in today, and I thought he were terrific. I thought, you know, together Reece and Kane played really, really well. Managed to really get game really well. Took some right options, you know, and that's where Woodburn all comes up with his try, because we're taking the right options, and that the way we managed the game today, I was very impressed with that. So yeah, the two Halifax boys came in and did a job for us, but I thought our own players were very good as well. Strafford led by example in the front there as a captain. I thought he was great, and obviously we've missed him for 12 games, so having him back's a massive bonus. So looking within, I think we've got a lot of positives from our own players as well to be celebrating today.
Second half again became a bit of a tough arm wrestle, and then, as you say, it got to 2012 and it was almost nail biting again. A lot of momentum with Newcastle, and then fortunately they made a mistake, and then Hunslet hit straight back with a try, and that really probably sealed it, and Newcastle sort of went not quite back in the shell, but they were almost desperate and throwing the ball about, which is always dangerous. But did you feel that the game was going your way?
Listen, when you're the home team and you're 20 points to 0 down, you've got to start throwing a little bit of caution to the wind and throwing some stuff at the opposition, and I thought that's what they did, and they started to run with a little bit more enthusiasm and a little bit harder, which meant we were giving soft penalties away, and you know, fair credit for Newcastle for that. They stepped up their game, and we had to handle that, and for a period we probably couldn't. But they certainly gave us plenty to think about, and then on the back of some soft penalties they got their momentum. I think the turning point was when we bombed that try under the sticks, when that would have taken us 3 scores up again, and we bombed it, and then they were back to 2 scores. So it was nervy. That second half was very nervy, but these are a quality team, Newcastle, you know, and it would have been a big ask for us to nil a team like Newcastle and the quality that they are. I'm just really pleased with the way that we showed enough determination to get ourselves back into the arm wrestle when the momentum had gone against us, and then go on and score a try at the death to win it. And you know, those are the type of signs and things that I'm looking for from my team, is that when we are under the pump, we've got the ability to turn it round and get that momentum swing back in our favour. And I thought we showed that today in the period in the first half, but certainly in that second half, when it looked like we were going to be biting our fingernails at the death.
We got some rain just on half time on a grass pitch that will probably make the handling quite difficult. Didn't seem to affect anything on this pitch. It always seems to make things a little bit quicker.
Yeah, this great pitch to play on, you know. I'm not a massive fan of artificial surfaces, but this one's terrific, and the players like playing on it, and that tells you something. But yeah, the rain didn't really affect it. It made the ball a little bit slippy, didn't it? But apart from that, it doesn't affect the surface. It's a terrific surface to play on, and it's a big wide open field, and I think with the skill and the pace that we've got, we've been crying out to play on a field like that. You know, last week over at Workington we couldn't really express ourselves because it's a narrow tight pitch, but I thought today on this big surface we executed exactly what we asked them to execute in training, and scored some really good tries.
Well done on the result today. Proof of the pudding again is backing it up, like everything.
Yep.
It's not over just by getting one result. So best of luck in the next match, and hopefully we can get things.
Absolutely, and like I said, we've got 3 massive games coming up now. 2 at home, especially against Keighley and Doncaster. They're not just going to come to South Leigh Stadium and roll over. We've got to be really good against those 2 teams. We can't afford any more slip-ups. You know, that game against London Scholars at home was a big slip-up for us, and we can't afford to have any more. But I think coming here and winning here has probably put that to bed now, and let's move on. You know, we're at the halfway stage next week against Keighley, and if we won 7 and lost 3 at the halfway stage, I would have taken that at the start of the season.
All right, thank you very much.
Cheers, thank you.